Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gordon Masson. I'm sorry, as soon as I started this, my phone rang. The person who's calling me, so I can be very upset. But my girlfriend will get over it. Because we need to jump into this, right? This needs to be talked about immediately. And I might as well throw my phone on silent because, yeah, she's going to call me back like 3 more times. All right. So, NXT TakeOver. I forego the intro, everything. Absolutely everything. And you know what? I might as well just bring it up now because I'm not going to wait till the end to say it. Adam Cole. Baby. Adam Cole fucking debuted. Adam Cole debuted. Adam Cole debuted. Holy crap. Like, that to me, that made my night, honestly. If we're going to talk about, like, this entire show was awesome. But Adam Cole debuting made my freaking night. Okay? I don't think I can, like, say that enough. Like, I was looking for this show to be a complete show up and down. Like, everything was going to be good. But Adam Cole debut just absolutely awesome. I'm just texting my girlfriend. I'm reviewing this right now so she just doesn't get mad. Yeah, so this show, to me, just people were saying, oh, Broklyn, this might be this kind of NXT show. This might be that kind of NXT show. No, they always find a way somehow to blow it out of the park. They always find a way somehow to just make you go, NXT, I apologize for thinking this was going to be a garbage show. Like, dude, takeovers never disappoint. I was having a conversation with my friend a while ago that basically it came down to, I was like, there's never been a bad takeover. I can name every takeover, even going back to before they were called TakeOver, Arrival, the first live special on the network, and say there will never, ever be a bad NXT live special on the network. And he basically told me, they got to come at some point. Well, I wonder when. This isn't me just being smartest. I honestly, legit just wonder when there's going to be a bad live special on the network. But you know what? To let you know how good it was, we're going to start out here with Andrade Cien Almas and with being accompanied by Zelina Vega versus Johnny Gargano, formerly known as Tommaso Ciampa's partner in DIY, right? So this match, I was honestly really hoping. I was really, really, really hoping that Almas would have picked up the win tonight because, if you remember, they built him twice now, right? Like, they built him, and, he's built up some steam twice now. The first time he lost to Roderick Strong at NXT TakeOver San Antonio, which in my opinion, honestly, he should have won, but they didn't go that route. And then secondly, they built him up just for him to eat the L when it came to Aleister Black at the next TakeOver, which was Orlando. So he ate the L at Orlando and he ate the L at San Antonio, and it was just like, come on, man, we gotta do something here. But you know what? It was all right. It was perfectly okay. It was fine. It's whatever, because tonight we've been on the process to building Andrade again, and he faced the perfect babyface in Roderick Strong. Because I said Roderick Strong, I'm sorry. Roderick was in the card tonight, and Johnny Gargano. Because this match was perfectly fine, but from a standpoint of, like, if we're speaking from a character standpoint, Johnny Gargano is starting to get off on his own as, like, a singles underdog babyface. And, like, yeah, we know Johnny Gargano. We know he's went through some stuff with Tommaso Ciampa. But, like, overcoming that and becoming a singles competitor, like, as an underdog, like, yeah, you have a chip on your shoulder, but I want to say I guess you have a chip on your shoulder to an extent, and you want to overcome some things. And, like, he needs more to overcome than just losing his tag team partner. Eventually, you get over that stuff and you just move forward and you go on. Well, the perfect thing, like what's perfect about this is, yeah, he's an underdog character who needs to build steam. Yeah, but in order to, like, you got to start from the bottom, right? So I guess the best way of saying Andrade Cien almost gets the win because he can overcome Zelina throwing in the DIY T-shirt to him at the very end. By the way, this match was just absolute banger. Like, this match was like out of control. Andrade got the win with the double underhook DDT. It was sold like, and it was like a double underhook DDT, like almost his finisher. It was like more like a flatliner style DDT. Like, it looked like I want to say Roddy. I don't know why. It looked like Gargano died. Okay, this is like Gargano died. So that being said, this honestly awesome way to start the show. Like, this is like a good starter for the show. Some people say breakout performance for Almas. Well, honestly, if NXT would have let him get that win at a takeover, like I've seen people on Twitter like, oh, this is a breakout match for Almas. Like, yeah, this is a really good match for Almas, but Almas has been having really good matches since the beginning of the year, since this heel turn happened. Like, if you go back to like first match of the heel turn against Cedric Alexander, this has been happening all along, people. I don't even think that match was in 2017 yet. Maybe I'd have to no, it wasn't even 2017 yet. That was back around late 2016. So Andrade Cien Almas has been building steam since then. And this was perfect because Gargano didn't need the win. Like, Gargano is still going to be looked at as Gargano, like, no matter what. Like, the fans are just going to look at, like, yeah, he took a loss, but we're still going to cheer him. It's that Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan-esque factor about him where it's like, it won't really affect him. And I'm honestly glad because it gave some room for Andrade to get over that takeover hump, win a takeover match. And I think since his first takeover that he appeared at, and gained some more steam with Zelina leading him. Hopefully this goes somewhere for Almas. Right? So, really good match. I'm happy with the result. And I'm happy that they're going to start from the bottom and build Johnny Gargano upward. Like, they're not just going to, hey, you're Johnny Gargano, you're an underdog, let's just rattle you off a bunch of wins. It's not going to work that way. It doesn't work that way, and I'm glad it doesn't work that way. Okay. We're going to move on to the match that I honestly thought was just like bottom out this show. Just like, oh my God, this was the one thing on this card that had to slow the entire. No. I'm glad with the slot. Well, personally, before I say this, I would have structured the Aleister Black match first, then the tag team match, then the Almas match, because then again, that's how everything would work out for me personally. But we're gonna get to this. Up next is Sanity, Eric Young, and it started as Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf versus Eric Young and not Eric Young versus Akam and Razor, the Authors of Pain. But no, then it ended up being Eric Young switching in because Killian Dane had never tagged in the match. Killian Dane had never officially been in the match. So Eric Young did the switch. I honestly thought that was really cool. It was Eric Young and Alexander Wolf. And by the way, if we're talking about breakout performances, the real breakout performance tonight was Alexander Wolf. Alexander Wolf had the real breakout performance tonight, and Alexander Wolf did a great job. When he had his hot tag sequence, because in the build to this on NXT TV, they've been building with Sanity as the heels. And then the crowd started chanting for Sanity, and they, like, the one thing with NXT, they know when it's right to make a switch on something. And I realize I'm part blue this way. But they made the switch on tonight with Sanity are now the faces in this match instead of Authors of Pain being the faces in this match. Now, Sanity being faces from here on forward, I don't honestly see that. But, hey, they wrestled as baby faces tonight, and they came off that way. The crowd loved it. The crowd loved them. Other than the hot tag, really other cool sequence of this entire thing would have been really other cool sequence of this would have been where's I going with this? Oh yeah. Toward the end where, you know, Killian Dane to get involved. Not even Killian Dane, Nikki Cross got involved, and then Paul Ellering tried to stop her from, you know, doing a tope, and then she got on the top rope, dove in I think it was Akam's arms, and Killian Dane came up and, you know, sacrificed Nikki Cross for the better good of the entire team. It did the entire like crossbody to the barricade spot on Nikki Cross and Akam. So that leaves Eric Young for the double team with Alexander Wolf for the double team finish. And Authors of Pain, take the L, lose the titles. Insanity are your new tag team champions. And it honestly looks like the direction of the team is being changed, because I honestly think Killian Dane is, well, we all know now Killian Dane is a singles player in the group. But Killian Dane is now the guy who's going to be pursuing the world title. But Eric Young is the leader. So this is an entirely new dynamic that we honestly haven't seen yet. But, the champion is usually the guy who, it's weird. It's really, really, like, I'm not going to call it, like, bad weird. Like, it's different. And I guess, like, we all complained about, things need to be different in wrestling. Well, this is a step forward in NXT's direction for it. I don't know how we're going to really see things. I don't think Dane is really going to talk that often at all, that much at all. But, hey, whatever happens, happens, right? But that's after tonight, the NXT Championship picture is severely preoccupied. Okay. So, up next, we have Aleister Black, Hideo Itami. And honestly, the way this show started out, like, if we're going pacing, this should have kicked off the show. Because, like, I feel like this match was a step backward. Like, yeah, it was really hard hitting, but, like, compared to the first two matches, like, nothing really, like, bat an eye at. Like, oh my God, this match was like, no, this would have been the perfect show starter. That's where I think NXT just, like, slightly just, like, honest. But, like, that doesn't take away from how good this match actually was. Like, it was a pretty solid match. Like, it was nothing bad at all. But just, like, compared to what we got in the first two matches with the high-octane action, like, this was a step slower and a little bit more hard-hitting. So, really no problem with that. Hideo Itami, as strong style as he is, and that defines both these men. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, they did have special guest commentators. Corey Graves was a special guest commentator for the tag team match, and honestly, it was great. Corey Graves got a huge pop from the crowd. And we also got JR for the Aleister Black Hideo Itami match here. They kept Ronaldo out there, and they made Nigel leave for both matches. Well, for the first match and then a half of the second match. But the point being, they did have a four-man commentary team at one point, but it never felt like it was oversaturated. It was just like they never lost focus of the match when Nigel did rejoin. And honestly, that's pretty great because NXT, like, they just know how to do it almost everything. Like, NXT, I don't want to say NXT knows how to do everything perfectly because I just don't want to be like, they seem like I'm riding NXT's dick or anything. Just like, no. The thing is, NXT defines WWE done right. That's the best way to put it, right? So, that being said, I'm glad. I'm glad things went the way they did. I'm glad everything just, but this match, like I said, nothing, like, compared to the first two matches were better to me, but that doesn't take away from this match actually being good. Did it slow the show down to me a little bit? It didn't slow the show down, but it, like, okay, let's put it this way. It didn't slow the show down, but the first two matches end up like amazing. And then the third is just like, it's a step back, but it doesn't slow us down. It doesn't, like, derail us. Aleister Black gets the win, though, with Black Mass, and that's pretty much it. I really just, these two just killed each other. I enjoyed it. I think Aleister Black lost a freaking tooth, and Hideo Itami, I might have broken Aleister Black's nose. So Aleister Black comes out of this with war wounds. By the way, his entrance was sick. He had a band playing him. He had Code Orange, I believe, playing him down to the ring. I don't even know if it was Code. Was that the band that? I don't know, but I know, like, when the show first started, Code Orange played them in. So, pretty sick. But we'll move on. Up next is probably the match of the night here, I think. That goes into the tag team. The tag team match, the Almas and Gargano match in this match go for match of the night for me. I don't know. It's hard between those three, but Asuka and Ember Moon, really good back and forth. Asuka did get hit with the Eclipse. She did kick out for a second there. It looked like she was going to win. They did go, they did make a callback to the spot where Asuka was using the referee in her way to not get hit with another Eclipse because Ember did go for it again, and Asuka basically took advantage of that. But then after that, got super kicked and almost laid off with a 3 count. Eventually, Ember goes for a pin on Asuka. Asuka transitions into an armbar. That armbar gets transitioned into an Asuka lock. That Asuka lock gets fought in for a little bit, and then Ember Moon eventually, like as she's fading, she just taps out slowly. It's just like that. And Asuka takes the W. I'm glad they went this route because honestly, in my honest opinion, Ember Moon isn't ready yet. And that may like make some people like, oh, they built her well. Like, no, dude. Like, Ember Moon's had a solid build, and she's been learning how to play a character the past few months. But she just she is not the one yet, at least, and she is not ready to take that title from Asuka. It's not the time. So after today, Asuka will be sitting at 505 for her reign as NXT Women's Champion. It was her 10th takeover tonight, and it was her 8th consecutive takeover with a title defense. She's breaking records. She has most takeover appearances of all time for matches, and most title wins at takeovers and title defenses out of any NXT champion ever. So good on Asuka, honestly. And that's pretty much that for that match. I love that match, honestly. I love Asuka. She is absolutely everything. Like just her style in the ring, like she just as aggressive as she was in this match. Like she was stomping on Ember's face at some points in this match. She was working over the shoulder. By the way, another point I want to make in this match, Ember Moon had her arm worked over, and after at certain points in this match, I can't remember exactly what it was, but she was sitting there. Oh yeah. When Asuka kicked out of the super kick at one point in the match, Ember sat there like she threw a tantrum with her good arm, and then like she sold the bad arm. As I've said before, selling is a lost art amongst some wrestlers. Like it seems like a dying breed of wrestlers like do selling really well. Like we talked about how like when Dean Ambrose used to get like worked over. Like a good example of like I didn't like the match, but like Ambrose and Rollins had a ladder match at TLC. And then the next night Ambrose attacks Rollins on Raw, but Rollins kicks Ambrose in the knee and gets away. And he kicked him in the bad knee that he made sure Ambrose barely would be able to walk on, and Ambrose crumbled. That's a good example of selling. In match psychology with the selling thing, it was Ember Moon, where she got worked over, but she didn't lose sight of what her limb was, and she threw a tantrum, got upset, like showed her disbelief that she did not win the title. She showed her disbelief that she did not win the title, and then just panicked with the bad arm. Well, panicked with the good arm and just let the bad arm sit. But she was just holding it afterward. That was awesome to me. So kudos to Ember Moon on that. But up next was the main event. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode. The crowd sat on their hands for this one. Honestly, the match wasn't bad by any means, but it wasn't really anything exciting. It was solid. I'm not even going to use the word solid. It was okay. It was there. Drew wins with the Claymore. Bobby Roode with the head scissors into the Glorious DDT was probably the best part of this match, to be completely real with you. He tried to transition into it. Drew McIntyre hit him with the headbutt into the Claymore kick. He did hit the Future Shock in this match. He had a marching band for his entrance. Bobby Roode had the usual piano for his entrance, for his takeover entrance, and then the whole, regular Bobby Roode entrance from there. Otherwise, solid show. Not solid show, really good show. I had a lot of fun with that show. Awesome show. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I did. Remember to leave a like on this video if you... Wait. It's like the end credits to NXT. We're not done yet. We have one more thing to talk about. After the match and everything, they did put the ending credit up in the bottom corner, like, oh, we're going to go off now. I'm sitting there just thinking, Adam Cole. And by the way, hold on. Before I even mention this, we're going to go back to the tag team match. After the tag team match, Red Dragon, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly came out, and they did attack AOP and Sanity. And they hit them with Chasing the Dragon, the Brain Buster, with the kick to the back that had proceeding before then. So after this match, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly come back out, and they stand in the corner. Drew approaches him, and then Adam Cole attacks. Now, before anybody says, oh, the stable is the ROH stable, this is going to be great, we've never seen anything like this. I want to let you guys know, this did happen in ROH a couple years ago when they did the whole New Red Dragon thing. Like, they weren't officially named New Red Dragon. The fans were calling the New Red Dragon, and they were acknowledging getting the promos. But Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish have done this before. I don't know how this is going to end out. I don't know where this is going to end out. I can imagine Bobby and Kyle are going to go for the tag titles from Sanity next, which I honestly wouldn't, I can't wait for. And then from there, it's just, I don't know. But point being, this is going to be an amazing program. And I cannot, and I stress this, and I cannot wait for how this goes. I can't wait for this. And Adam Cole is now in NXT, and he's going to be pursuing Drew McIntyre. I can only see Drew as a transitional champion, knowing that Adam Cole came in. From what I heard and seen on Twitter, people were saying the building was literally shaking when Cole came out there. It was, dude, oh my God. This is going to be amazing. So that was my thoughts on NXT. It was honestly an amazing takeover, and I can't wait to see where they go from here. Honestly, this week on TV for them is just going to be what was the pre-show to, this show. So that's going to kind of be a bummer. But the tapings will happen later this week, and 2 weeks from now, well, after this week, the Wednesday after this week, we'll have fresh content at Full Sail University. So I hope you guys did enjoy this. I did. Remember if you also did enjoy this, come on, please leave me a like on this video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed for more of the NXT goodness on this channel, and I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying the patch of black in my hair, and I will see you guys next time. See ya!